This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
Stick and stay.
Wait, don't we have another episode left?
We do.
Yeah, let's do it. We might as well. This one could be the one, you know?
This one's going to be the best one.
What we didn't know at the start of the last episode is that we had already fucked it up. Right? Mm-hmm. And that, as far as we know, is not true of this one.
As far as we know.
I'm going to go pee.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta try.
It's time.
It's tradition at this point.
I gotta do it.
Every even-numbered episode starts with P.
This isn't the whiskey, by the way. This is the orange Zevia and entire cup of water I had before we started.
That's fair.
So,
have fun.
Thanks. Don't talk about me, okay?
We never do.
No promises.
Okay, good. That's all I want.
Fucking Matt, am I right, guys?
Want more attention. Well, that was an adventure.
How's y'all's weeks been going?
Deeply bad.
Luke?
How you doing?
Mine's been fine. My week has been fine. Busy, very busy. We're just barreling towards an update for MythForce. So lots of testing, lots of filing issues and what have you. So
yeah,
with any luck, we'll be able to launch next week. But who knows at this point?
So. Good luck.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, back from my adventure in San Francisco and my first time in San Francisco. And yeah, I've been kind of getting back to work, getting back into the swing of things. But I'm just a little bit tired because it was pretty hectic. Like, I mean, Luke, you've been to the thing, GDC.
I have, yeah.
And it's a pretty busy time and a lot of socialization. So yeah, I think I'm still resting from that.
Yeah, although to be fair, I've never exhibited anything at a GDC. Every time I've been to GDC, it's been just basically
meetings,
wall-to-wall business meetings. Yeah. So I don't even recall. So last time I was at GDC was when COVID restrictions were still sort of partially there. You could still travel internationally, but everywhere, needed masking and everything like that. Rightfully so. So I could have gone. We got floor passes for the show, but I was I'm gonna stay in my nice safe meeting room. So I was exhibiting MythForce. This was before the game launched, but
I wonder if Matt's back. Actually, I was joking, but now I am actually wondering if Matt is back or just nearby.
I mean, he might be here, but may not be listening to us. I mean, I know he's not listening to us, but may not be able to hear us.
Maybe he's peeing right now.
I mean, that's also possible. As you know, and Alex makes sure to remind us of this, you're always a little bit peeing.
What?
It's true. Your sphincters never close entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is that true? That's not true.
Yeah,
well,
true.
It's a sphincter, It's you can keep most of your substances in, but they're all gently excreting over the course of the day.
So
Are you talking about everybody's always a little bit pooping?
Yeah, and/or always a little bit peeing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We extrapolated, but yeah, exactly.
So what? You're just talking molecules, that
varies from person to person.
Evaporate almost instantly.
Trace amounts. If we weren't always a little bit pooping, we wouldn't need to change our underwear as often as we do.
What?
I've never done that.
What?
Never changed your underwear.
I have perma underwear. It's fine.
I mean, it is a hole in your body.
I'm not changing my underwear every day because poop is coming out like all the time.
I say, like, when I say a little bit, I mean truly trace amounts. Like, we're sort of like chaotic organic machines, right? So, like, there's no true binaries happening. There's, like, down to the DNA level, we're like sputtering nightmares of genetics. So just like, you know, I feel like none of our sphincters are doing 100% of their job all the time. And like how Lysol kills 99.9% of bacteria, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I've really upset Julia, and I did not set out to do that.
I don't believe this.
The guys are less upset by the things that I say than Julia is, and I feel bad about that.
No, don't feel bad about it. I mean, you could possibly, like, I've not ever heard anything of this, so this could very well be correct. But it just sounds completely outlandish to me. But no, I accept it could be correct.
Basically, every closed sphincter is a clenched muscle that is just keeping a hole as closed as it can be.
Mm-hmm.
But
there will be...
we do not always have, for instance, a full bladder.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. Like, that is accurate. We don't always have a full bladder, so we're not constantly straining against a full bladder. I just think we really rarely have a truly empty bladder.
No, I agree with that. Absolutely.
Definitely true.
Like when you pick up the garden hose and you haven't used it recently and there's still water in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not making this better, so I'm going to stop.
A bladder kind of looks like a little bird with a mustache. Yeah.
Does it?
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. I might actually look it up on my phone.
I don't know. We have an anatomy mannequin at our school that I teach at, and I got desperate during life drawing, and I grabbed him from the old medical classroom and I brought him in, and I just handed out organs to the students and told them to draw them. And I pulled the bladder out, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy looks like a little bird with a mustache." Anyway.
All of the images I'm finding of the bladder when I do an image search don't really look like a bird.
No,
with a mustache.
It looks like a little hot water bottle or something, like a pouch.
Okay, but
like a little whoopee cushion.
It's possible there was more on the bladder than just the bladder. So I'm gonna find a nice, good, solid bladder picture for us to use.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
There might have been like some viscera on there, you know.
Maybe it was a prostate too or something. I don't know.
Hey, maybe. I don't know. It was hanging out. It looked like a little bird beak.
You know, I said this was going to be the one, but I don't even know if this is the episode yet. Presumably.
I mean, you know, yeah, you started talking about it as if it was this episode, and that has invoked the Luke will start when somebody starts to mention that it's the episode rule.
Oh.
But,
well, let's do a quick welcome back, everyone, and then you can decide whether
everybody.
Yeah.
Hi.
Welcome back, everyone.
Bladder with prostate.
So
that's what it was. It was the prostate was the beak. How silly of me. Anyway, I wasn't done. I'm done now.
No, I noticed that. All right, let's. Do
That's
we
the
have
sound
any
of Matt
questions?
being done.
Any Colonelsby questions to answer? Because it occurs to me
yes,
that it's been like a month since we've answered any Colonelsby questions, and like I think this episode is a bit of a write-off. I'm gonna tell people right now we might play a little bit, but don't be surprised if you come into the next episode and we're still in this room.
Let's empty the mailbag. That's at least one small piece of good that we can do.
This last episode was a fiasco, but some game happened. This episode, we're just going to safely not even try.
I don't know. You guys write us in the comments below. Would you rather us, like, realize we need to cancel and just push through, like, this bullshit? Or would you rather we just maybe cancel next time? You let us know.
I think it might be more interesting in real time.
Yeah,
like going back and
that's
rewatching the series.
All right,
You're not going to have that whole, like, will they even put an episode out this week thing? And then it comes out and they're like, oh my God, they shouldn't have put out an episode this week, you know?
Yeah, no, that's true. Whiskey Matt really wants to order some questions for Colonel's Bequest.
Okay, some questions. Okay.
Hey, can I have that theme?
Oh, well, goodness. All right. Yeah, hold on a minute.
Okay. Well, it's your suggestion.
I didn't queue it up,
you
see. So,
I know.
I'm on it, though.
You're following the narrative of these last 2 episodes. It all works. It's fine.
I didn't. Yeah, somehow that was one thing I forgot to plan for. So,
Luke,
Here we go.
The Colonel's Bequestions.
The Colonel's Bequestions.
The
by
only
NPCs.
The only way that Luke could fuck up this recording session worse than I have would be to reach over right now and unplug his computer from the wall.
The Colonel's Bequestions by the PCs. Landon Cowan, 3644. The Colonel's Bequestion. Outside of the obvious answer, theft, if you could commit any crime in a museum and not get caught, what would it be? I'm sorry I read that like an audiobook. I'm sorry.
No, I loved the audiobook rendition. It was disturbing. Any crime excluding theft. Theft is a tempting one, and I'm glad you excluded it for that reason.
I mean, obviously vandalism, but that feels like low-hanging fruit.
So is this something so we can commit it and then not and get away with it? Because we could actually just do this now anyway. Like in real life, we could just commit any crime in a museum if we really wanted to. But is the addendum to that like we'd get away with it scot-free?
No.
Yes, my temptation here is just that this is one free crime that can be within a museum.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of want to say murder.
I'm going to say forgery.
I mean, is it like we're allowed to do the crime? Like, is this the purge, but for some reason it has to be in a museum, or
for whatever reason we will not be caught? Let's say
yes,
we'll
you
get
will not
away
be
with
caught.
whatever we do.
If you could commit any crime in a museum and not get caught, what would
let's
it be?
say we'll get away with it. That's probably a better. We'll get away with whatever we do.
Murder is a good one if you want to kill somebody and you want to get away with it.
I don't want to kill any one person in particular, but I feel like if I had a free murder and I knew I could get them in a museum, like I'd probably find someone who maybe the world would maybe be a little better if they weren't around.
Yeah.
It's like trying to do your best with one genie wish,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say like securities fraud, but I think that's very close to theft.
Yeah, let's get rid of robbery. Let's take robbery off the table. It's the same thing. It's the.
I mean, fraud is just like getting money by.
And fraud is the same.
Illicit means.
Well, that's why I say forgery, because if I can successfully pull that off, then I can sell, the forged whatever, painting for millions.
True,
yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I'd be like, how like sometimes that you get like artists will go to a museum or an art gallery and they'll sit up on a little stool and sketch. I'll just be doing that for like months at a time, just duplicating like a famous old master's old oil painting. But I'm gonna get away with it, so there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, get away with forgery.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go with assault. Thanks.
I think be more specific.
Will do assault and how?
Just assault. Yeah.
To get more specific, I think I'm going to use my one free murder on Bernard Arnault.
Oh yes,
Bernard Arnault, the richest man in the world.
Nice.
The CEO of Louis Vuitton.
But what good would that do, though?
He's the CEO of the company that owns Louis Vuitton. Well, he's not just the richest person in the world because he sells expensive clothing. It's because he trades in art and hoards wealth and shit like that. And I feel like it's, like if you think of the various people who conquered the world at one point of time, your Alexanders of Macedonia, your Genghis Khans, you don't have to jump down many tracks along their descendants before their descendant is just nobody. Right?
That's true, but I think you'd be like, that's a clearly like an answer where you're not expecting to be a hero. Like, no. You could have said Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk or even Galen Weston, and you would have been considered kind of a hero by some.
I can't imagine Bernard Arnault is any better than those guys.
I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know. Some research is required, I think.
He's got over $200 billion. Like, I just feel like if you just...
there's no such thing as a good billionaire, but at the same time, like, I feel like the level is different between him and, like, Musk and Bezos.
Hey, I'm willing to be talked into a Musk or a Bezos. Fuck both of those guys. I don't want to sound like I'm on the other side of this issue. I just feel like if the richest guy in the world gets whacked in a museum, maybe the other billionaires start thinking about their life choices a little bit.
I think you need to get rid of the ones that definitely are not going to think about their life choices.
So you're thinking if I whack Musk, that Bernard Arnault might be like, maybe I don't need 200 billion. Maybe that was too much.
Maybe, yeah. And also, I think it's time to normalize this sort of thing. Sorry, that's whiskey mad talking. Sorry.
Well, I'm perfectly sober, and I almost said the words, any of our NPCs, if you get a shot at a billionaire, you take it.
Oh my god. Now the FBI is listening, so we got a new subscriber.
Look at that, we got a new subscriber. I'm just saying, this is going to be normal talk in about 5 years. I think we're way ahead of the curve here.
So here's my argument in favor of like the lesser evil of a luxury brand owner or the owner of a luxury brand holding company, presumably, is like at least their exploitation and crime of people is predominantly exploiting other extremely wealthy people.
Yeah, that's true. He does profit more from the rich than from the poor.
Yeah, and I mean, like this, yeah, he's taking money from people who should probably be using it in a better way.
I mean, that being said, he definitely has, like, poor people in Bangladesh making clothes for him.
If he took half of what he has, he could solve so many of the world's problems with it. And if I gave him half of my net worth, he would be giving me 15 grand.
Yeah, no, and these guys wake up every day, can solve the world's problems, and just say, nah.
They could intervene in any war, any medical crisis. They could, work towards eliminating false information. They could, there's so many things that they could do.
And they're
every day they don't.
Every time
they said they hoard money like dragons. Yeah, absolutely.
But they say that, and they're like, but I don't have liquid assets. It's like, yeah, but you got enough assets for your fucking crazy house and your fucking yacht. Come on.
Yeah, anyway. There are ways to make it work, for sure.
Anyway,
yeah, like there are no good billionaires. Like the fact that their inaction alone is enough to make them evil.
I bet. Is this the road you wanted us to go down, Landon? Is this where you wanted us to go?
I didn't mean to lead us down that road. I was just thinking one free crime. What's the most I could do? Kill a billionaire.
Don't kill anyone. Don't kill anyone. Everybody. We're just saying that straight out for legal reasons.
Right.
Don't kill anyone.
Don't kill anybody. We do not encourage the killing of people. We would not shed any tears if a billionaire was murdered in a museum.
No.
Yeah. It would be a fun little thing that would happen.
Yeah. It would be a fun little headline. We'd all drink a toast to commemorate their voyage to hell.
This reminds me. I watched a movie not too long ago. I'm sure people are familiar with it, like House of Gucci with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's a good film. It was really interesting. I did not realize that the main character, like it was obviously all based on true story, was fucking murdered by his ex-wife. Like she put a hit on him. Like,
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
that's some crazy shit.
That's
like,
crazy.
just millionaires killing millionaires, man.
If you'd like a more fun answer than murder a billionaire, if the sort of crime amnesty extends to a willing partner, sex in a museum might be fun. It's definitely illegal, and it will be fun, and you'd get away with it.
Yeah.
That is true.
Just pick your
Public
favorite
decency.
spot. There you go.
I'd pick the biggest dick in the museum, and not literally, but like, you know.
I don't know
the
where you're going with this. Where are you going with this?
The biggest.
Well,
ass-
that's why I haven't said anything yet. I was just gonna let Matt I was gonna let it play out. So
the biggest asshole in the museum, and I'd I'd punch him.
okay,
I get
so you
away
just
with it.
find somebody that deserves to be punched.
Yeah, see, I didn't want to go all the way to murder, but yeah, I think
But, like,
assault.
Public fornication, locking eyes with the Mona Lisa herself.
Yeah. No, I'm on board. I think I'm on board
Or
with
like
Alex's choice.
inside a dinosaur skeleton. Climb on up in there,
Oh.
find a good
I
spot.
can't imagine that would be comfortable.
No, but it might be worth
I don't
it.
think there are good spots on a dinosaur skeleton.
There might not be. There might not be good spots. But you're in a museum, you can find a good spot.
It's true.
Open up one of the sarcophaguses, dump the mummy on the floor.
Yeah.
I
mean, depending on the exhibit, it might have very comfortable furniture that was owned by some monarch or something like that,
Oh, yeah, a throne or something. That would be good.
yeah.
So those are my two answers. Murder a billionaire or public fornication. Provided that, my partner also gets away with it.
Of course. I think just destroying something would be awesome too.
Yeah, just vandalism.
Yeah, vandalism.
Just choosing one thing and expunging it from history. The power.
You just spend all day wandering around the museum figuring out what you're going to destroy. It's like that would be fun in and of itself. Just
I get
doing
to
that all
destroy
day.
one of these. You only get one, though.
Yep.
Oh,
that'd be
that
fun.
is really good.
Yeah, I'm not looking to profit.
I am.
I know you are.
I
You
pick
got a
such
whole plan.
non-fun answers. I'm always thinking about I want to get ahead. I want to.
No, we need you to do that. You are you're the voice of reason. And I'm sorry we brought you into the Kill the Billionaires
It's okay.
conversation.
That's not going to do me any good. That's just maybe going to do the world a little bit of good.
I truly think that that's going to be a normal conversation in about 5 years. We're way ahead of the curve. But anyway, that's it for that one. Colonel's Bequestion.
One down.
One down. All right.
The Colonel's Bequestion!
Beautiful. Let's see. We got a bunch of favorite dinosaurs, guys. We love your dinosaurs. No wrong answers here.
I think it was Spivey made a Charlie the Unicorn reference.
Yep.
With the Leopleurodon.
Leopleurodon.
Love Charlie the Unicorn. I went to check on it, and there's more Charlie the Unicorn that I hadn't seen. They did a big finale a couple years ago, and it's kind of awesome. My favorite work by those animators is Two Llamas with Hats, which likewise, there was like 5 more episodes I hadn't seen of Two Llamas with Hats.
Oh.
So, Carl,
that kills people.
I just got hit hard by the whiskey. Just real hard. Like
There
in
it is.
the moment I just picked up my glass and I'm like, nope. That's good. I'm gonna hang for a second. Ankylosaurus, really good. Pterodactyl, Archaeopteryx. Come on.
All solid choices.
Solid choices. Here we go. Idris, never letting us down. Amon Ra's you a question. Is Patrick Warburton or Peter Serafinowicz?
Peter Serafinowicz.
There you go. The best tick. You know what? They're both great. What do you think of that?
I haven't really seen
Neither
any.
of them are the best tick.
No, you're absolutely 100%
Shots fired.
right. Townsend Coleman is the best tick.
Yeah, Townsend Coleman, 100%, hands down, best tick ever.
I haven't seen the tick in any incarnation, so I can't weigh in on this one.
You know what though? I've seen both live action ones, and they're both pretty great. But it's not
They're
the best.
fine.
They're not the best. They're not the best.
I read the comics, I saw the cartoon. I actually didn't vibe with either of the live action ticks. Like one, too much real face.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. It suffers from the same problem as the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Too concerned with showing the face of the actor, not believing that you can't, or not believing that you can emote without facial expression. And in so doing, cheapening the whole experience.
All right. You know
The
what?
more recent Judge Dredd never showed the face, didn't they? Am I right about that?
Yeah, you're right.
The recent one, yeah. The
Carl
Carl Urban
Urban
Judge Dredd never took his helmet off, and I respect the shit out of him.
Yeah,
same.
I liked that about it. I don't remember whether I liked the movie beyond that, but I liked that about it.
Luke, you've convinced me.
It was much like 300 in that, like, it was absolute like popcorn trash, but it was a great movie.
Oh, it was great. It was great. You've convinced me on the tick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Julia.
Like,
what were you gonna
I
say?
mean, aside
nope,
from
nope.
that, the whole 1990s cartoon was fantastic.
No,
so.
no, I wasn't going to say anything. I did enjoy the Tick cartoon. I never saw the live action stuff, but yeah, Tick cartoon
right.
was awesome.
Well, we're burning it down. We're done. It's not
Like, and I like Patrick Warburton. I just don't like him as the Tick. I just don't think that any of the live action Tick what's the word I'm looking for?
Translates well.
Yeah, I don't think it translates well into live action. I
Adapted.
don't think any of the adaptions worked.
fair enough. Okay.
It is fundamentally too cartoony to translate to real actors.
No. Okay, then I'm with you. I'm with you. Fuck the live action. I was wrong.
Yep.
I was never more wrong than I've
Would you
ever
choose
been.
a favorite between the two live actors to answer the spirit of the question?
I think they're both great as actors. I like them both. So no.
Print it. Let's go.
Townsend Coleman, still the best Tick. There we go.
Yeah, for me, between the two, Warburton. Although, like, that's just because it's Patrick Warburton. I have nothing against Serafinowicz, but like, you can't beat Patrick Warburton.
I do love Patrick Warburton. I really liked him in Series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Something like very like, I don't know, kind of emotional about his performance. It was very like, I don't know. It was captivating. I liked it.
All right. All right, cool. Next, Colonel's Bequestion.
Oh, am I? Okay,
I'm waiting
we're
for
doing
you
it
to
every
play
time.
with you.
All right, no, that's good.
I'm waiting.
The Colonel's Bequestions.
Colonel's Bequestions by Landon Cowan, 3644. Colonel's Bequestion, Part 2. You've been arrested for your museum crime. Aside from Laura Bow, which Amon Ra character will you be contact using your one phone call?
I don't know if I would contact Laura Bow.
Yeah, no, that's a
Probably not.
John Bow, anytime. He's gonna get me out of this mess. He's a ghost.
He was a cop
And a ghost.
and a ghost. Ghost cop.
He's a ghost cop.
John Bow's a solid choice. I guess it maybe depends on the nature of our relationship with all of these people.
I mean, we obviously misinterpreted the last one as like we were going to get away with it. This time we haven't. So does this mean that they will willingly help us? In which case, I think probably Detective
I
O'Reilly.
was really going to say that, yeah.
Because, like, he's a cop. He's already crooked. You know? Like, he would just, like, get us off. Done deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we thought that...
That's certainly true for you white guys.
Yeah, it's like, if
No,
we
like,
thought that he could
I'm
help
saying
in that
if-
case.
Yeah, if we could guarantee that the person you contacted would be willing to help you.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you
if
right
the person's
now,
going to help you to the best of their ability, then that might be a good answer.
I don't know. O'Reilly has not shown me any amount of competence at all.
That's my thinking, is that, like, yeah, he's a cop, but also, like, is he willing to, like, throw his job away kind of thing? I know this is not going to be a fun answer, but I almost maybe think Ziggy.
That is not a fun answer.
I'm not happy with it, but,
mean,
like, I feel like he knows someone who could maybe, like, stage a jailbreak.
You're going to get shot.
Yes.
To Matt's point, I'm not looking for competence. I'm looking for willingness to, like, I'm looking for crookedness, basically. Like someone who has the ability to get me out.
Yeah, and Riley's got the
that
connections
situation.
and stuff, and he is
Yeah,
a cop
exactly.
after all. So yeah, I do think he would be the wisest choice. But yeah, again, I'm just being a good old killjoy again.
I don't want to call Ziggy, but I feel like if Ziggy is a personal friend, he's such a low life that he's the lowest of the low lives at this place. So he might know some, like, legitimately, like, dangerous folks to help me out with my prison time or whatever.
Yeah. See, I'm less convinced that Ziggy is that well connected, but I would potentially go for Crodfaller.
Really?
'Cause he feels like
Oh,
he is
Crodfaller
connected.
seems connected. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crodfaller's been to jail before,
Yes.
for sure.
He knows who to talk to
See,
about what.
I think that's a good choice. Crodfaller, he'll get you out of there.
Yeah, you're right.
Crodfaller's what I was looking for when I said Ziggy, for sure. Yeah.
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 Crodfaller would have some kind of advice. He's sitting down there every day recording every attitude of human demise in headline soundbite form.
Dopey-dopey-doo. He's doing it. I think it's the right choice.
Yeah.
Right
Pecked
choice.
to death by ostrich. Doop-de-doop-de-doo.
Nat Almeral says, can we call the dinosaurs? The dinosaurs can't help you.
The dinosaurs will help. Yeah.
It's not going to help.
Hey guys.
They could exacerbate the problem.
The T-Rex is going to show up, and it's just got a big sleepy
Hey,
person
guys.
eye, and it's like, hey,
I got the
guys.
bail. I've got enough bail money.
It's just you're in
sold
court.
one of my
and-
bones. It was enough for bail.
Sell my thigh.
You're in court, and the judge asks if you're going to defend yourself, and then a gigantic Tyrannosaurus with sleepy human eyes pushes its way through the back doors and says,
A Tyrannosaurus
Hey,
Draco
guys.
Lich.
You're right. Call the dinosaurs is the best option. All right, I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, another Colonel's question. Oh God! I think I just want to have that song on loop on a playlist for days. I fucking love that so much. Cooking for Gory, Nat Almeral. What's Ziggy's signature dish? And aside from duress, what would compel you to try it? Ooh.
I don't know if I'm worried about, like, Ziggy being unhygienic or anything like that. It doesn't strike me as, like, having that many, like, problems that I would be unwilling to eat the food that he cooked. And you gotta reckon somebody like that probably has something that he cooks well.
We would?
yeah, maybe.
I don't know where you're getting any of that information from. I don't know what assumptions you're making based on his appearance that anything he makes is going to be edible or even good.
I think Luke is onto something in that hygiene is not necessarily Ziggy's problem. So
Yeah.
I
even a little bit.
don't
He's
think it's one of his
creepy.
strong suits.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
It's difficult to imagine the man having strengths. Again,
I-
I only really invoked him for maybe knowing some criminals who can help me
I
in an
think-
illegal
no,
fashion.
Matt's Ziggy, no.
No, that's
But
what I'm saying. And
Ziggy, as written, I think is probably better than we're giving him credit for.
That could be.
Are you calling my Ziggy the non-canon Ziggy? Is that what you're
I am.
doing?
You have made him a great deal worse.
Yeah.
I speak the truth.
I agree with Matt. There's nothing
Thank
we have
you.
seen so far in the game to indicate he's competent at anything, or he looks gross, and I think he's gross, and I don't think he's ever cooked a meal in his life. He just looks
Matt
like
is
he
kind
eats
of-
sandwiches from food stalls and whatever he can find.
Yeah.
Matt
His
is kind of the Lorax of sprite art.
So I think Ziggy's signature dish is canned beans and vinegar.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Eaten out of the tin.
eaten out of the tin. He
I
adds
don't-
vinegar to give it
I
a
don't know
zest.
if duress would compel me to try it. A very common thing that I'll say, like in front of coworkers and stuff, is not even if you threatened my family. I think I said that in a summary about One Piece on the Discord the other day. So, like, I don't think duress would do the trick. I would maybe consider trying his signature dish for $30,000.
$30,000.
$30K. That's the low end. I don't know that I would consider it for a penny less, and I might negotiate for more. But $30K, I'd try it.
My own life. Possibly my family's, but definitely my own. Possibly my family's.
If I had
See, I-
to, yeah, like I'm thinking of what kind of dish it would be, like what his signature dish would be, and if I had to guess what it would be, like I don't know if you'd make this, but I can see something called Ziggy on a menu, and it would be like a diner breakfast of like a greasy, sweaty piece of pea meal bacon, and a couple over easy eggs because they're kind of round like his head, and then they're kind of gooey and gross. I like over easy eggs, by the way.
With a tomato juice.
Yep.
If you're talking terrible breakfast, if it's just a terrible breakfast, like shitty eggs and bacon, like
I love terrible breakfasts.
yeah, I'm kind of fond of terrible breakfast. I'd lower that to like the Ziggy component is still going to up the price, but I'd lower that to 20,
What
maybe
about-
15K.
What about a can of beans with pieces of cabbage and sausage in it, and a splash of vinegar and mustard?
So here's my counter argument here. Is like it's heavily implied that Ziggy is the owner of the speakeasy, which means that at the very least he knows how to like mix a drink,
No.
or at least how well
No,
I don't
that
agree
is
with that.
mixed.
No, that's not
Luke
implied
is
at all.
trying to take the moderate stance here, and Matt and Julia are not having it. Our voice acting team
No,
is
it's fine. I've been voted down. It's fine.
No, I mean, where's that evidence?
I like that Ziggy owns the place. Like I
It
just
would
think
be
he
weird.
frequents it.
It would be weird if he ran a speakeasy and didn't have some kind of appreciation for the finer things.
I don't think he.
It's
runs
a
the
criminal
speakeasy.
enterprise. He's a criminal,
I think-
so yeah. But
He's a stool pigeon.
yeah.
He's a rat.
So you feel like, I mean, he wouldn't do that if he actually was making a decent living from speakeasying.
Okay, Luke. My apologies. Let me hear you out. Give me your best. I won't say anything. I'll listen intently with my eyes closed.
You've already made your choice. I made my argument. I got shot down. I'm done. Like
To turn
please,
the
let's
argument
move
on its head, Luke is making hypothetical statements about the sort of person that Ziggy might be, and both of you are saying, like, hard no, where's the evidence of that? But the evidence that Ziggy is as horrible as we have made him is fabricated, literally.
Well, no. He's told Yvette, I didn't recognize you with your clothes on.
Yeah, no, he's an objectionable
I'm not saying
person.
he isn't a creep.
My $30,000 price tag is a statement on how horrible and objectionable Ziggy himself is. That's the price of me spending any amount of time interacting with Ziggy.
Ziggy's human garbage.
The Mega Blocks to humanity's Lego, for
Yes,
sure.
absolutely he is. I don't know. I don't know if he has any taste for anything good. But
I mean, Gordon Ramsay seems to be an enormous piece of shit, and he's a very good cook.
That's true.
well, Gordon Ramsay's actually quite nice.
Yeah, actually, he just plays it off. Now, I think from going forward, I know we've already asked everyone about Ziggy already, but we're going to have to ask everyone again about Ziggy whenever we see them. Like, what does, what's his face here think about Ziggy?
They pretty much
I
unanimously
don't
would tell
think
us
they're
he's a piece
willing
of
to
shit.
re-answer something we've already asked as well.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know,
No,
maybe
I mean-
situation has changed or something.
I
I
mean,
don't know.
I think I know where Nat stands on Ziggy just by asking this question. What is Ziggy's signature dish? Aside from duress, what would compel you to try it? Like, that's a loaded question. You kind of already know where that's coming from. I just, I find it fascinating that we're all playing the same game and we all have very different takes on Ziggy.
It's the question that finally divided the PCs. That's what's going to break up the band. That question is our fucking Yoko Ono.
This is the one. On some level, Luke, you believe that Ziggy might be a man of taste, of some kind of taste.
Potentially.
At least such that his signature dish might not be. It's his signature dish. It's the thing that he does best.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not a very good cook. The thing I do best is probably cheesecake. And I think a pretty good cheesecake. So, like, if you were judging me based on my cooking, no one's going to like it. But if you're judging me just based on my signature dish, yeah, not so bad.
Your cheesecakes
Then again, I'm
are
not
awesome.
Ziggy in my day-to-day life.
No, that's
okay.
true.
So, Luke, what do you think Ziggy's signature dish would be?
It's a good question. I don't know. Like, some kind of pasta, probably?
Yeah, Ziggy had a mother, you know?
Like a meat sauce or a cream-based sauce for the pasta?
Ziggy is an Italian name.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean,
It might
apparently
be.
his
Isn't it
full
like
name
Siegfried?
is Lawrence Ziegfeld.
Oh, Ziegfeld. Okay.
Ziegfeld.
Okay.
Like, if he
Ziegfeld? So
if he truly does live in just a pestilential place and has no merits at all, his signature dish is probably like a sandwich. That's no big deal. Just be a not very good sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
But my answer remains $30K. I wouldn't do anything for $30K, but I'd do that for $30K.
Would you do it in 1926 30K
Ooh.
or modern 30K?
Have to crunch some numbers, I guess. I probably wouldn't need $30K. That would probably be an extravagance in
30K feels like a very large amount of money in 1920s money, yeah.
I'll say $30K in today's currency.
All right. That's like a decent amount, but also like, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, everybody's got a price. Thanks, Nat. All right. I got another one.
Nice.
Yeah.
The Colonel's Bequestion!
Oh my lord.
You can always hear in Luke's voice when we finally exhausted his patience, and for my part of that, I'm very sorry.
Whiskey Matt. It's just that you roll the dice. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I've given like particularly strong opinions with this one. I'm kind of surprised too.
I'm kind of surprised too. All right.
That's my favorite thing about Julia is when you feel strongly about something, you're as surprised as anyone.
All right. Nat, with another food-related question. Bake queries.
Oh my god.
All right. Someone gifts you all a cake that's decorated with an edible picture of you all together. So all of us, all the four of us. Does each person eat their own face? If not, how would you determine who eats whose face?
I don't feel that strongly about it, to be honest.
Yeah. Addendum. What if it's a collage of baby pictures of us?
That's
a great one.
Deeply disturbing.
Honestly, I don't know that I could tell my own baby pictures from the rest of you.
Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, except maybe like Julia. If you showed me a baby picture of me and like a baby picture of Alex, aside from the fact that my baby pictures were taken in the early '80s and so were on much inferior film, I don't know if I could tell the difference between the two of us.
I looked like a little Aboriginal child, a little indigenous chubby guy, little baby. I was cute as
we
all
were
hell.
all little chubby guys.
Still,
the Hicks babies are similar enough when they come out that it is easy for the doctors to tell them apart, even though they spend all day delivering babies. So, like, I feel like I would probably stand out. I had a very square noggin. Some babies do, I guess.
Okay, so if we had a cake with all of our own faces, I'm going to take the Julia path here. I'm going to say we're probably just going to cut the cake one piece by one piece and just eat whatever we get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's very equally divided and there's like the four of us standing, 4 vertical slices.
So
then,
I basically, like, I don't mind, it's hard to imagine, even if one of the other PCs was being incredibly weird about eating my face, I don't think I'm superstitious enough to take any exception to that. I'd kind of be like, yeah, you do you.
I think everybody would be cool with me eating their face.
How about this?
On a cake, yeah.
So usually if a cake like that has really thick icing on it, I usually just scrape the icing off. So how would you feel?
That is another component.
You have Julian me. You have Julian me so hard.
That is another component that I meant to bring up is those edible pictures are cut usually like fondant, which is like as close to inedible as edible things get.
Yeah, it is just kind of like a layer of plastic on top.
Yeah, so how would you feel if I just scraped that off with my fork and dumped it in the garbage?
I would love that. I think that would be fantastic. I think that's...
even if I felt taken aback in the moment, I don't think it would last long.
I would actually genuinely love that if you did that to any of us. Even yourself.
I'm fine with it. I guess the fairest way to do it, if anyone felt strongly about it, was to each eat our own face. But what if our faces dominate a larger piece of the cake based on how the portrait goes?
Right? Like, yeah, if like one of us was standing very much in the foreground, then their face might take up a much larger portion of the cake.
I might like, given the option, like pick off my face and eat it for the novelty of that. I could see maybe doing that. It depends on how I'm feeling. I don't think I would feel that strongly about it.
Oh man, it's great, solid.
Although, like, I'm also diabetic, so like I can't eat cake generally speaking. So I might not eat any of the faces.
Turns out all of her answers are Julia answers.
Yeah, I'm back on keto for the moment, but I mean, I'll take a break for a special occasion, I guess.
And the baby pictures one's the same. Mm-hmm. I might actually get more delight of somebody throwing my baby icing in the garbage.
If I will say though, someone getting a cake with all of our faces on it, like, we've never all been in the same room, so like Photoshop was involved there, so that's odd. but it's like a thoughtful kind of odd, right? So like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's a portrait of us on a cake. If a cake arrived
It would
for
be
all
a
of
strange
us,
thing for there to be a cake of, yeah.
if a cake arrived for all of us with our baby photos on it, like none of my baby photos are digital. That means you went to my childhood home where my parents still live and dug up my mother's old photo albums, and like pulled out the clippings from the photo albums and scanned them and then brought them to a custom cake place. That means you, the cake benefactor, have met my mother or have burgled my mother's home, is in the conspiracy to do this. And not only that, but convinced her to collaborate with you on this.
I think
Yeah,
it's a
that's
great
weird.
idea.
It's weirder. I'm less comfortable with the baby cake for that specific reason. Because how did you get the baby photos?
It is weird that we would have a cake with all of our baby photos.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine any sort of event
I now
that would
kind of
require
want
that.
to. I now kind of want to make that happen, though. If ever when we eventually do have a PC meetup where we're all in one place, is just to make a shitty cake with just all of our baby photos.
Large cake, yeah, with just not just any collage of baby photos though. Like, get enough baby photos that it's like all like one of those H baby photo makes up a pixel of a much larger photo.
I don't have that many baby photos. I was born in the 70s. This camera's only had a certain amount of film. There's just not. It's not. But I would love that. Let's do that. Let's make a baby cake.
Oh God.
It's not weird if we do it ourselves.
Guys,
It's less weird.
Let's
It's less
make a
weird if we
baby
do it
cake.
ourselves.
Let's make a baby cake.
Jesus Christ.
We're not
It's-
done, everybody.
It's so hard to tell if these questions are weirder or if I am just like so tired.
All right,
I
let's.
feel like a lot of the long-term PCs are like rising to our level here, though. So.
I love it. Okay, I got another one.
Okay,
We.
Yeah.
we change it up.
By the way, I do have a Hundo-P Watch, and I didn't even put this on the Discord. I'm saving this for the show.
All right, well, here it is. Let's go.
One of my students gave me a koosh ball with eyes, and his name
Nice.
is Hundo-P. They named him
Oh.
because I said Hundo-P.
Wow.
And
Wow.
because
Did they know it was a thing, or?
well, I was
did
trying
that
to
just
tell
kinda
them
happen
about Billy
organically?
Mitchell, but nobody knew who Billy Mitchell was. And if you guys don't know the Billy Mitchell story, you're really missing out. Join the Discord today.
Oh
I
man.
shared that video with one of my coworkers, and it made them immensely uncomfortable as well. So
Fucking Landon, man. Holy shit. I've like I guess long-term PCs will know that I despise Christmas. And that was like 10 Christmases at once. Cuz it was like so thoughtful but so fucking aberrant and unpredictable.
Oh,
it was deeply unpleasant.
Landon, I'm honored, but I hesitate to thank you for that.
No, like
Yeah.
that was so incredible, and I nearly took a sick day from work.
Yeah, I appreciate what you did. Please don't do it again.
It was one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time, but I would put it up there with things I never wish to experience again for sure.
For the
he
benefit
had-
of the people, for the viewers who aren't in the Discord, who don't know the story.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Oh,
tell
no,
it.
okay, fine. I will. I can do that. Okay. So basically, Landon was kind / something else enough motivated to go on Cameo, I believe, and
Motivated.
and he or they they hired on Billy Mitchell, the Billy Mitchell of King Kong fame or infamy.
Yeah, the
King of Kong, yeah.
To recite a script that Billy Mitchell did not understand a single word of. And it was in English, but it didn't sound like Billy Mitchell was familiar with English either.
Was it a script? It felt like he was just asked to ad-lib.
I don't know. I mean, was that an ad-lib?
I think it was Billy Mitchell with a solid 20% understanding of what Landon was asking, and Landon commented that they were deliberately being vague and confusing in their instructions to Billy Mitchell, so that the response would be as weird as possible, and he sounded fucking AI generated.
Oh,
he did not look like he had any clue what was happening.
No.
And I think that, it was appropriately like that.
It was very disorienting.
I have. If you go to the Hundo-P Watch section of the Discord, I have pinned the Billy Mitchell for me. He says my name.
It's true.
Yeah.
He says Matt's name specifically.
I'm actually inspired I was inspired to spread Hundo-P. I don't know if I am anymore. I don't know. It might have had the opposite effect. Whew.
We love the hustle. We really
fuck.
do.
Landon, you're just I hesitate.
National treasure, Landon.
You're a treasure. You're amazing. I hesitate
Please
to
stop.
give you any more more praise because I'm worried you're going to do this again.
I wasn't sure when people started joining the Discord, who was who, and I was like, "Who's Landon? Do I know Landon? We know Landon now. We won't have to ask that again."
Oh
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right, there you go. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Idris asks Amon Ra asks you a question. If Sierra characters had a high school band, what would their names and what style of music would they play? Oh no, I'm whiskey, Matt. This is real hard.
I don't know if it's too on the nose for Roger Wilco's band to be Astro Chicken, because I guess that would be a brand name in his own continuity.
That would be so good, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'd think Labion Terror Beast or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah. But it would probably be smooth jazz.
Euland's Flats.
Euland's Flats is really
Flats,
good. Euland's Flats is such a great band name. Fuck.
I'd love to see Questibert in a band called Pegasus.
Holy fuck. Pegasus.
Jake Ryan and Hot Zwog.
Hot Zwog. It's a hot Zwog.
Oh, Sunny Bones Hot Pencil.
Hot pencil.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's just him.
It's just Sunny Bones, a.k.a.
Playing
Hot
the
Pencil.
piano like John Tesh. Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh,
King Graham is almost too boring to imagine him being in a band. Mm-hmm. It would just be called King Graham, and his face would be on
of Daventry. Yeah,
Graham of Daventry. What a fucking horrible name!
And it's just his face pressed onto the center of a vinyl disc. Graham of Daventry.
Yeah. Cookie oatmeal.
Nah, it would be like a picture of a tree on a hill or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the true John Tesh of this.
And he would just commission somebody from the peasantry of Daventry to write a couple of sonnets or something like that.
He would be called
sonnets are poetry, I guess, more than
Graham of Daventry, The name of his album is Fiddle Songs.
Fiddle songs. That's true. He did have the fiddle.
That's true.
Fiddle Songs.
Yeah, that's his album for sure.
Fuck. Oh. The god, you know?
I mean, it's better than like Alexander of Daventry with his fucking tin whistle.
What was the owl's name? Graham's companion? Cedric? Yeah.
Cedric.
It'd be cool if his band was called Shut Up Cedric. Like if Graham had a more like comedic side that we don't really see in his adventures.
The entire Daventry royal family could probably just be in one band where, you know, like Alexander's got the whistle and didn't Rosella play something too? Some instrument in King's Quest 4?
Yeah.
Like a lyre? Did she play the lyre?
Yeah, Rosella played a whole fucking organ in King's Quest 3. Right?
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so like, you know, like they can all get together and play in their boring little band.
I feel like an organ and a tin whistle do not belong in the same song.
That's perfect.
Though.
At
least not without a lot of other instruments in the ensemble.
But didn't she play a lyre or something in King's Quest 4? Like, didn't she, like, do that? It's been a while.
Yeah. She had a harp,
I'm
right?
having trouble
harp or something.
Yeah, there was a harp. I believe so, yeah.
I want the whole band to be called Shut Up Cedric, though.
Yeah. And then, of course, she had Pan's flute.
Oh,
right,
sure,
as
okay.
well.
So flute, whatever, yeah.
There were a lot of instruments in Rosella's entries.
Okay. Yeah, she's musical, that one.
Sorry, it was Quest for Glory 4. 3 was Gwydion / Alexander.
You go visit Graham and Valenice is talking about Rosella, and she's sitting there and she's just shaking her head, and she's such a musical child. She just knows all the instruments. I could tell you right now. Oh my God, she picked up the harp
she's
the other
fucking
day.
She's
Oh, she's beautiful.
She could also be lead singer because she sang that song in King's Quest 7.
She has the voice of an angel.
Good luck, young lady.
Oh my God, you guys should hear. We should have her sing after dinner. We're gonna have ham, okay, guys.
So
we're gonna have ham. She's such a music.
So I know this is a bit, but I'm pretty sure that's what royalty was like.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not real, so it's definitely a bit.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
she does.
This is exactly. I'm pretty sure like a real royalty.
They did do that, right? She's such a musical child. Tell me about Alexander. Oh my God! Did you know he was enslaved by a wizard? Oh my God! You don't even know. He didn't come back to us till he was like an indeterminate age. We don't even know how old he is.
He was definitely old enough that Yoda would have turned him away, you know?
I feel like she would have known the age he was born.
No, that's not true. I just know that he's got a real fascination for middle-aged men in boats now, and I don't know how to handle that. I just don't. Guys, I don't know how to handle that. Graham keeps saying he'll grow out of it, but I don't think he will. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. He's really all about the middle-aged men in boats, you know? And I'm not talking pirates, but I'm not talking pirates. Do you know what I mean? He's definitely into all of that. She just waves her hand.
Matt is trapped in a prison of his own mind right now. It's great.
Anyway, they're good kids.
He's taking us on the journey with him, though.
They're good kids, you know. Graham tries to teach Alexander the tin whistle. Neither of them know how to play.
Does that answer your question?
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
There's more. There's more.
Hit me. Let's do it.
We're doing 4 episodes of Questions for Glory. First of all, I just want to address something here. Corinne could tell that I was uncomfortable and sighing and clearing my throat while you were reading the armor text. And moving around. I really tried to keep that quiet. Guess I didn't. Sorry about that. And Giorgio Erdi said, bottom 5 cold opens so far in episode 13. That's a high compliment coming from you. I know you hold us to a standard that no one else does, Giorgio, and I love you for it. I really do.
And boy, are you in for a rough surprise for these two.
No. All right. Let's get to the actual question, though. And this one comes from channel favorite, Spivey Lou.
Yay.
We all love Spivey. Amon Ra ask you a question. Let's say that the night the museum gets to be too much for Laura and she calls another Sierra character in for backup. Who would she call? Which would be Sherlock and which would be Watson? This is a good one.
Sonny Bones is a solid Watson.
Yeah, the obvious choice is Sonny Bones.
Watson is...
It's also the one she would definitely call.
Watson is sometimes erroneously depicted as being like bumbling or incompetent. He's a very competent guy. It's just that
he hangs out with Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, sometimes they portray him as like a wannabe detective or as being incompetent. Watson was just Sherlock's friend who showed up to shoot people for him. He was just like... There's some speculation that maybe their relationship was...
He was Sherlock Holmes's bard. You know, chronicling his bullshit and shooting people every once in a while.
There's speculation that maybe they were more than platonic, which is totally cool. I think that kind of devalues just how special platonic relationships can be, because Watson wasn't that invested in Holmes's life. They were roommates for a bit. They checked in every now and then. And Watson was a great friend in that whenever Holmes needed, a place to crash for a couple days or help talking through a problem or somebody shot, he would, no questions, show up and make that happen.
Mm-hmm. It's really the classic autistic ADHD partnership, with, autistic Holmes and ADHD Watson. And I really think that's what we're really trying to nail down here. Do you know what I mean, guys, when I say that?
Sure. I'm on board. Anyway, I know that Sonny Bones has a gun and hates crime.
Yep.
So he'd be a pretty solid,
Yeah, I think we need somebody who's a little more ADHD, is the thing, because
I don't know where you're getting evidence that Watson is ADHD. One of the most level-headed individuals in fiction.
There's no evidence.
He's so little. He's the least distracted person in literary fiction.
Watson doesn't give a fuck about dopamine hits at all. He just doesn't care. All right. Okay.
Watson is the most neurotypical person in literature.
Oh shit. Woo. Woo. Hope you guys are enjoying Whiskey Matt. No one else is. Oh boy. Sorry everybody.
But yeah, we need to find an ADHD Watson for our artistic Laura Bow. Cedric's out, obviously. He's sidekick material, but he sucks and he's annoying.
Yeah.
You don't get much more neurotypical than King Graham.
King Graham's not a bad Watson. He doesn't have a gun.
That's true.
No.
I'd like to see...
He has infinite money, though.
I think Valenice would be good. I think Rosella would disturb Laura a little too much.
Roger Wilco would fuck it up.
Yes,
100%. This would become like a tragedy on a galactic scale rather than one on a local scale.
Like, whenever anybody has to call in anyone for any kind of specialty or competence, we can just assume that Roger's off the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hero of Quest for Glory, it would probably be a good call. Especially because, most likely he can do magic and has a flaming sword. It's not a gun, but it does well enough.
Oh, yeah.
And he has, firebolt and shit like that, so...
Questobert will rise above the problem, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddy Farkas.
pharmacist.
Yeah,
He's a gun.
He also has a gun. Very good with a
he's
gun.
pretty sharp, you know. He's dealt with some crime solving, some problem solving in his day. Good chemist, and has a gun.
What about Arana, floating elf?
I love it.
Laura Bow and her floating
I think her
elf
deal
companion.
was more like just making safe spaces for people, more so than actually like solving problems. But
I love Arana, just like arch wizard, just floating, never touching the ground, casting shadows on the walls, casts one divination spell and leaves.
All right, Julia, who do you think?
Well, boring. You know, you guys haven't played any Gabriel Knight stuff yet, but Gabriel Knight would probably be good because he's good at investigating stuff. But yeah, also Janesta. Why not? Janesta's a fairy queen. She'd be freaking awesome.
She got butterfly wings, yo.
Yeah.
She got butterfly wings.
But Gabriel Knight, you know, he would get to the bottom of all this. I don't think he's armed though, but I can't remember.
Our vampire paramour from Quest for Glory.
Katrina.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
The
Adrian?
Burgomeister?
Adrian
From
from
Phantasmagoria. Oh, come
Phantasmagoria,
on.
yeah.
She just wandered through everything, look in the mirrors, see ghosts.
Who's our lion to our pal in Quest for Glory?
Rakesh.
Yeah. Well, he'd be good because we know he wouldn't steal our spotlight because he wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's mostly wrong choices.
Yes, lots of them. Yeah.
Lots of wrong choices.
Was Erasmus the wizard from Quest for Glory?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just a straight up wizard. That would be a hilarious pairing for a Sherlock Holmes style mystery because a core tenet of all of those types of stories is that magic is not real and the supernatural doesn't exist. It's like the Sherlock Holmes
I
is
think it would be very interesting to have a series of like short mystery short stories where one of the characters is a wizard and they just render everything completely pointless, you know?
It's like the
necromancy, just asked a question of the person that was murdered. Yeah.
It's like the Mitchell and Webb sketch, Angel Summoner and the BMX Bandit.
BMX Bandit, yeah.
Wow. That's our answer.
Yep.
Spivey, I bet you got a better one.
Yeah,
Really,
give us your
just-
batshit.
Right now is listening.
Give us your batshit answers in the comments for sure.
Yeah. Hey guys, that's all the questions unless I missed one.
Oh my goodness. Yay, we did it.
That's 4 episodes worth of questions, which is,
nice.
It's impressive.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're about as tired and salty as we've ever been doing this.
Yeah, I look. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I think we might have been okay if I hadn't lost that first few minutes of audio. I think that really took the wind out of our sails.
Oh, it was fine. It was fine.
It
Totally
was fine. It was fine. Listen, come and join us on the Discord if you haven't already. And I'm talking to you, Corinne. More than anyone. You know who you are. Come and join us on the Discord.
Especially since you named her directly.
You know who you are because I just addressed you directly. Come on onto the Discord. And you're like, I don't have Discord. Get it. It's easy. It's free. You can come see a bunch of people have strategy guides for Spivey's got strategy guides for a lot of the Sierra games. You can see pictures of them.
It's true.
Nice.
And you can come on and look at everybody's stuff. We got a bunch of stuff on the Discord. Guys, help me out.
This is great.
I just posted a video of a gorilla throwing a clump of grass at some workers and then running away as if he had anything to fear from that. It's fascinating to me when I see it, just because, like, how could you possibly be in trouble? If they all came at you at once, you'd be fine.
I found a sketch from an old Space Quest 6 days of an executive pointing to a whiteboard that says Delta Burke with a circle around it. You know? It's really how I felt. What else is there on there? What
the MDCU is taking form for sure.
Oh, the MDCU.
Fucking bunny cakes and Landon are a horrifying combination. That's some mad alchemy right there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just an insane amount of shit on there, and you too. Let's not forget, you're also.
Oh no, I'm there pouring gasoline on the fire for sure. I was folding in the McDonald's characters because they're so horrible and have such lack of art direction to them.
We got Matt's K-pop corner. It's up and running. Nobody's been posting in there except for me and Amberling. That's fine. Why would anyone go in there? We got music tunes to share with Whitney Houston. She's in there. She's cold in the video. That she's cold. She's wearing a coat. I mean, she's not cold currently, actually.
This isn't as drunk as I've seen Matt. This is maybe as drunk and tired as I've seen Matt.
I'm so tired. She's cold because she's passed away, but it's not. Do you guys know what I mean? Also, like, I'm getting no support here. I need to. You guys are just. I picture you with your hands up like this, just letting me go.
That's kind of what I'm doing, but my hands are on my table.
I'm pitching it where I can, man. You're talking a million miles a minute here.
I don't. You're right. You're right.
Spiraling.
Yeah, I'm.
The stakes could not be lower. The episode is over.
Okay.
We've been thinking about maybe splintering off an anime channel.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just like an old cartoon discussion channel, blend the genres a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Give us your Colonel's B questions. Give us your Amon Ra skewer questions. We'll deal with them one by one.
Yeah.
And
we won't leave it for a fucking month next time.
We won't leave it this long, so we have to spend a whole episode on them.
I mean, we might. We can make no promises here.
Okay, Ernie Hudson, that guy's jacked. You know, you guys remember Ernie Hudson, right? You know who Ernie Hudson is?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Winston in the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, from the Ghostbusters. Yeah.
But he's 78.
Sorry,
and he looks like he's fucking. He's in the best shape of his goddamn life. Guy looks like he's 55. Fucking anyway, the new Ghostbusters movie's just okay. Anyway, thanks everybody. Just giving you some trivia, you know, just in case. I can't wait for.
I feel in this moment like Matt did during the previews of Dune, when he just turned to me, turned his thumb down, nodded his head, and said out loud, "Thumbs down."
Really? Giorgio Ernie's gonna leave. It's time. It's time. This was the thing that pushed it over. Whiskey Matt.
It won't always be this bad, but this also isn't the worst it'll get.
No, that's true.
I've got more. I can get worse. I feel that I can.
Yeah.
I had a bad week, but I took some steps to look after my mental well-being during that time. And if I hadn't done that, I'd be much worse right now. I feel that in my heart, that I can do worse than I am currently doing.
I have to apologize to Julia for this.
No. I'm like enjoying this.
Okay.
That's why I'm quiet. I'm enjoying like the flailing that's happening right now.
Flailing. I think is it actual flailing?
It's great. It's great. I like it.
It's a little bit flailing.
Fun. It's fun.
The fun thing about watching you drunk is you do things that you don't normally do. You don't care about things that would normally bother you, and you're bothered by things that normally you don't think about.
No, that is definitely true. That's definitely true. And I haven't even had that much whiskey. It's just been such a long goddamn day, and I'm so tired. And with the cup of whiskey I've had, it was enough. I can't even really call this whiskey Matt, because I'm just tired. It's more like tired Matt.
You did really well.
This is like the last time I heard you like this, it's when in the middle of the night we both downloaded Monster Hunter World. We spent all night installing it and figuring out how to do multiplayer and hated it. Just really deeply hated it.
Hey, write in the comments, write in the Discord. You guys interested in playing a video game with us? That might be fun, eh?
Hey. Yeah. I'll unleash you all like jackals onto my Minecraft server.
Oh my fucking god. What a wild promise. Let's do it.
I'll check with my partner. She really likes it, but we'll see.
Join the Discord, everybody. Put your comments below. Put your goddamn questions below, and we'll get to them. Thanks, everybody. You guys are awesome. Yada yada yada. We're really into you.
Find yourselves a tomorrow.
But yeah, stick and stay.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Stick and stay.
Have yourself a future.
How do have yourself a future? Just have one.
They're out there. Help yourself.
Help yourself. They're
rummage around.
Probably relatively
people just leave them lying around.
Couch flappers out there.
Rummage around.
We need merch. If people can stick with us through this episode, we need merch.
This won't make sense to anyone else, but one mug that I really want is a silhouette of a skeleton with a flowing headband doing a jump kick, and the words "Valor is its own reward." Just for Luke. And for me.
Just for Luke.
I want that on a mug.
Oh, shit.
It can be arranged.
You don't need to know the context of that bit. It is funny on its own, I believe.
Well,
Bye.
I guess we're not going to end this.
No.
No, let's just leave this on in our lives.
Welcome to the eternal episode, everybody. And by that I mean bye.
I forget what I was recording. I think it was just gameplay footage so that I could capture a bug towards the end of the day one day, either this week or last week. And I realized that, after I'd taken my footage, I just left OBS recording for 3 hours. So it's just me watching YouTube videos for like 2 or 3 hours at the end of like recording about like 5 minutes of Mythforce.
Have you seen that Twitch clip, the famous Twitch clip of Snoop Dogg had left his Twitch stream on for like 8 hours? He like left the house and everything and came back to his computer like 8 hours later, like the next day, and he's like, oh man, they're still streaming. Whatever he said, it's classic. It's amazing. It's got like 20 million views. The clip. I'll try to stick it in the Discord if I can find it.
That's great.
It's so good.
Guys,
What a world we live in.
I was really proud of my Valenice.
She was great.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna hold up after.
She's my least favorite Royal Daventry member for sure.
You really painted a picture. You wove those stories together in a way that the games never really did.
She's everyone's least favorite, though. And yeah, no, thank you. I just thought I had something there, but I don't know.
I like how positive she was.
Yeah.
About all of our kids.
Honestly, like after playing King's Quest 6, and I realized that like streaming level 0 NPCs has given me a different perspective on Sierra games.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like Valenice more than I like Alexander.
Wow.
Whoa. That is a hot take. That's the hottest.
That means you don't like Alexander, so why don't you like Alexander?
It's not even that I dislike Alexander. It's that I'm saying I think Valanice might be a more interesting human. Like, Alexander... Well, I mean, go and watch King's Quest 6, our playthrough of it, and, like, just listen to Matt's opinion about the dude throughout the entire thing. And it's like, I was convinced, and I continue to be convinced, like, he is such a boring milquetoast, little dude.
Well, here's the thing. I can't blame Alexander for that. Look at his dad. Like, that's the house he was born in.
But that's the thing. Like, Valanice did more with her life, I guess, you know?
She did?
Like, sure.
Sure. She got rescued, and then she went looking for a daughter for a little bit. Right?
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Like, Alexander has trauma.
You get
He
it.
was a child slave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who was captured by a wizard.
That's a
for
real
while,
interesting
right?
life story.
But Luke makes a good point. That's a story about him when he was a teenager. It's only a sort of triumph if he later does something with that life.
He does.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of the
Valanice. What? So she lived in a tower for a little bit, and before that, she lived with her parents for a little bit. Like, that's not that interesting of a life, I don't think, for her to draw from.
I mean, she lived in a tower a little bit longer than Alexander lived in a tower. They were both like prisoners.
Yeah, but
for a large
I
portion
feel like
of the beginning of their
Gwydion's
lives.
imprisonment was a lot more exciting. You know,
the very end of it. Sure,
that's true.
I mean, up until then, it was mostly like bedpans and
constant threat of death. We don't know. Valanice might have just been
Yeah.
up in that tower. I don't even know what her situation was, because was she just there all by herself? Like, how did she eat and stuff?
I mean, yeah, there was not very much exploration of Valanice.
I remember very little of Valanice's story, and very little of Alexander's for that matter. This entire conversation is very weird for me because my immediate family all refer to me as Alexander, all 4 syllables every time. So hearing the name anywhere outside of that context is very strange to me.
Well, I'm done. Mm-hmm. Thanks, everyone.
And so the infinite episode ended. We didn't leave the room.
What time? Okay, I'm going to just tell you. It's 1:09 a.m. in the morning here in Nova Scotia by the time we're leaving. And had a long day. Been going since 7 a.m. this morning. I'm a little tired.
You did great. Everyone did great. We did our best.
You. I really want to thank the whiskey, and I don't know if I should. I don't know if the whiskey. I don't know if the whiskey made this better or
Matt,
worse.
I think the whiskey was the star member of the Level 0 NPCs cast.
It was the MVP this week. Yeah.
I don't know. I hope so. I hope this whole killing billionaires thing doesn't come back to bite us. What do you guys think?
I mean, we could put a qualifier. Don't murder. There you go.
Don't murder.
Don't do it.
Don't murder.
Don't murder. Even given the option. Even if you really think you can get away with it.
Don't murder anybody.
Even if it's right there, right in front of you, and no one will be the wiser. Don't murder.
We're legally required to tell you don't murder.
Also, we mean it. On top of being legally required.
Like, I get how tempting it would be.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody knows how tempting it would be.
He's just there, leaning over the balcony. The street's so far below, you know.
You feel like
you could just scream and say that he slipped, and everyone would believe you.
And you could make the world a better place, maybe.
Yeah, the sun would rise just that much brighter as his empire fell into chaos. I get the temptation, but don't murder.
Don't you ever fucking murder.
Yeah.
And if you already have, like, maybe consider turning yourself in, I guess.
Yes. Goddamn, Julia, fucking thank you. If you guys have murder...
Unless it was a billionaire.
Even then, just consider it. Consider turning...
Think about it.
If only so we can thank you in person.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is one for the books. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night.
Don't murder.
Bye.
Stick and stay. Find yourselves a tomorrow.
Have yourself a future.
We didn't play it all in this second episode. Not even a little.
No.
No.
Luke called it.
Yeah.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm going to stop my recording before this goes on any longer.
All right, stopping.